Alright, so let's get straight into this video. I'm going to show you how to pluck your unit like a pro. The three things you're going to need is a good tweezers, a good comb, and also a water bottle. Now the water bottle is definitely optional because it can also cause you to over pluck, just depending on how comfortable you are. So I'm going to start off by parting the hair into sections. I like to dampen the hair but not over wet it. So I really wanted to teach you guys the basic like really quick. So what I'm going to do is comb it out. And how I tweeze my units is, some people say that you can put a finger in between it. I literally don't like that method because I find that it does not look the most natural for me. So what I do is I will pluck and then I will skip a gap and pluck again. And typically I'm taking I would say the measurement of maybe like the tip of my fingernail, and I'm talking about my acrylic tips. I wouldn't necessarily put like a whole pinky gap because that just does not give me realistic. I want to be able to put my wig up in a ponytail and for it to look like it is a scalp. And so I feel like this method works best for me. So right here I will pluck, and I'm plucking in a straight line backwards. And then you'll notice that I'm going to skip, and so I'm going to leave a row of hair, and then I'm going to jump over and do the same thing. So it looks like gaps, it's kind of giving like a comb structure if you think about it, but once you comb the hair back, it's going to look so natural. And so what I do, I repeat these steps. It normally takes me about an hour to pluck my units because I do recommend taking your time. You want to make sure that you're patient, so that way you don't overpluck. In the event that you do, you can always add like some mascara or something in the place, but because this is your frontal area and this is usually the place that is going to be seen, right when someone's looking at you, you definitely want to take your time. And so I hope that this is very easy for my beginners and even those who have been doing wigs. I know everybody does their wigs differently. This has been the method that has been what has given me the best results. A lot of people always compliment me on my natural units, and this is how I get them. Although it does look funny when you're doing it and it's like very tedious, this is what I do. Now you can make your gaps a lot bigger if you choose to, if you don't want to take as much time as I do. But as you can see, I will part each section, and I do this based off of the amount of space that I have on these sides. So if I'm doing a 13 by 4 and there's 4 inches of space, then I'm going to go back about 4 or 5 rows. If it's a 13 by 6, I will do the same. I don't always go as far back as the track, where the track starts at, because you don't want to be able to see any tracks. So just keep that in mind. But this is how I get my units. Y'all let me know down below or by thumbsing up the video if you guys actually found this helpful. Alright you guys, so this is the unit on my scalp, I mean on my head. I did go ahead and tint the lace as well. I'll link it down below for you guys so that way you guys can check it out. There's so many different tints out there. You just really have to choose which one is your preference or which one works best for you. So what I'm going to do is just take my comb. I decided on a side part. Now because the hair to me personally is a little more on the natural side, what I'm going to do is take my wax stick, and this is one thing that I think is very fundamental when laying your units. I'm going to take my hot comb and just continue to straighten out. I want to make sure that it is giving scalp, and so I want to make sure that it's really nice and melted before I lay my band. And so I just like to take my hot comb and run it through. What you can do if you want to make sure it's extremely flat, you can always part it in sections and then use your wax stick and make that the hot comb run through it. I did decide to just delete like the application process because I feel like I show this in all of my hair videos, hair tutorials. You guys have seen this even in my blog. So for those of you who want to see what I use to melt it, you can always check the past videos. What I'm going to do is quickly lay my baby hairs and then begin to straighten and flat iron my hair. Alright, you guys, so I had to throw on a face real quick, but this is the unit laid. I went ahead and let my band melt while I was doing my makeup. That's one of the things that I like to do. I honestly prefer to do my wig prior to my face, and a lot of people actually like it the other way around. I just find that it melts a lot better, and then I'm able to bring my foundation up into my lace as opposed to my foundation being up and I already have to take it off to lay my lace. So what I'm going to do is take my flat iron and I am going to run that through. Y'all see how straight it is getting? Like, yeah, it's definitely giving salon results at the house, honey. So what I'm going to do is take my hair into sections, you guys. I kind of sped past this because I feel like you can find so many tutorials on YouTube. But if you guys are looking to just make your technique a lot better, take that comb, run it through on top of your flat iron or also on the bottom. And I promise you, you will get straighter results. Also, I try not to use a lot of oils and stuff on any of my units because I just do not like them to be weighed down. So the sheen and stuff like that was naturally from the hair. Now this length is actually 20 inches, but it's definitely giving me about 22. I'm not sure. Y'all let me know what y'all think, but it's giving me a longer length. All right, so once I feel like I've gotten my unit the way I like it, I tend to go over it with a flat iron just to make sure that there's no crinks in it and to make sure I'm able to get it as flat as possible. So this is the finished outcome of the hair. I went ahead and flat ironed it. I was gonna do like a throw some barrel curls in it or something like that, but I really felt like this hair texture was really soft. This flat iron, which is the Kaposi, got this off of Amazon, I think like less than $30. And it does amazing, you guys. So it didn't take me too long to flat iron, but I always have to go in and just continue to go through it just to make sure it gets like really, really flat and there's no dents in the hair. But that is how it looks. It definitely has a lot of body, a lot of sheen to it. I feel like the texture is really, really beautiful. It's very natural looking. So if you are looking for a natural unit, I feel like this one is really, really pretty. Look, it looks like it's growing out the scalp. This is 180% density. It's an HD lace. Love how it melted. I will say though, first upon putting my cap on, the unit was a lot larger, so I did have to kind of customize it to my ear. So I did end up cutting the ear tabs because that was the only way that was gonna work. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Are y'all feeling this look? Y'all feeling this sleek style? Be sure to subscribe if you have not, and I will check y'all later. Bye.